The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the People's Platform.
Aloha and welcome to Voices of Aloha, Naleo TV's podcast where we talk story with people that are sharing aloha and making an impact in our community. Today we are joined by Aspen Taylor. Hello. Hello, Aspen. She is a remarkable OPO here on Hawaii Island. She is the reigning IJM, Hawaii Junior Team.
Yes.
And you've held numerous titles locally, nationally, so you've been on many stages.
Yes, I have.
Sharing your talent and then also advocating, which is amazing. She's a freshman at Kekula o Nawahi Kalani Pu'u, Hawaiian Immersion School, and plays varsity volleyball for Hilo High School.
I do.
So talented, and you're just 15.
I just turned 15 this past September.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You've accomplished so much and just really appreciate all the passionate advocacy you have done to encourage kindness and to stand up to things like child abuse and bullying.
Yes.
Okay, so let's dive into it.
Okay.
First, let's talk about pageants and how you have participated in them. You know, what influenced you to get involved in pageants and how are you using that as a platform?
My mom was the one that got me into pageants because my grandmother competed my mom in pageants, and when my mom had a girl, she knew she wanted to compete me in pageants. And pageants has really given me the ultimate microphone to reach more people, not only here on the island, but also people on the national level as well. I feel like when getting involved with my community, there's always a lesson to be learned. I've witnessed or learned so many things through service, like compassion, support, respect, responsibility, and gratitude. When doing service, I hope to make a lasting impression on my community and also encouraging others to get involved with their community as well.
I love that. And you know, with pageants, you have a stage where you are able to advocate on certain issues.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about one of the campaigns you started, Don't Hush Up, and how you were able to amplify that message on the national stage?
Of course. So I'm most passionate about child abuse and peer-to-peer bullying. A few years ago, I wanted to bring the two things that I'm most passionate about under one platform. And that's when I came up with Don't Hush Up, Stand, Speak, and Be Brave. My ultimate goal is to encourage bystanders and victims to be brave enough to not hush up, to stand their ground and speak up for themselves and others. And the reason why I created this platform, which this is a story I always share with everybody, is I was terroristically threatened by a boy in my class. He told me straight to my face that he was gonna bring a gun to school, he was gonna shoot my classmates, he had a kill list, and I was going to be the first person that he would kill. And what frustrated me most about this entire situation is that of all people, I should have known what to do in that situation. But I didn't because I felt scared, alone, and also trapped until I told my mom months later. And that's the reason why I created my platform, to encourage bystanders and victims like myself to not hush up, to stand their ground and speak up for themselves and others.
I love how you've taken something that was a very scary and traumatic situation and have channeled that into something that is potentially going to save lives and be incredibly helpful to people. You know, I want to shift for a second to the fact that you go to Hawaiian Immersion School.
Yes.
And so Hawaiian culture, aloha, is something that, you know, we are deeply rooted in here growing up in Hawaii.
Yes.
And so how does that cultural background of aloha and respect and kindness, how are you promoting that through your campaigns?
Well, I feel like kindness is instilled in me because from my family, my culture, and my language, which is a huge part of who Aspen Taylor really is. For example, at my school, we pride ourselves in showing Aloha ke kai ke kai, which means love one another, Malama ke kai, which means take care of one another, and Awamu kuleana, which means you're responsible for your own actions. So I'm being influenced to promote kindness in my home, at school, and also in life in general as well.
So as a young advocate, you've taken on some pretty significant challenges like child abuse prevention.
Yes.
You know, what message do you hope to convey to other young people that are facing similar challenges or feeling silenced?
To be brave. That's one message that I can't stress enough. Don't hush up. Don't be quiet. And being able to share your story is very important to others. Make sure you tell a trusted adult. When I told my mom that I was being bullied at school, she got me the help that I needed instantly. And I think that's the one thing that really helped me overcome the situation with being terroristically threatened at school. I didn't realize being open with what I was feeling, telling my feelings, how I was feeling, would really help me. I got the therapy that I needed. I got the love and support from my family, which is something that I didn't think I really needed in that moment. But realizing how much it helped me to tell a trusted adult, to tell a family member, will be really helpful for you and for what's in the future as well.
I think that there is a lot of strength and resilience in being able to do that. And you demonstrating that for others sends a really powerful message that no one is immune to these kinds of actions.
Yes.
But we all need help, and it's not afraid to, don't be afraid to ask.
I know in that moment I was scared, I was alone, and I was also trapped, but I needed to put those feelings aside. I needed to put my pride aside and be like, Mom, I need to tell you something. It wasn't easy for my mom to hear it, being that her child might have been hurt at school from this boy. And being in that moment talking with my mom, I know that she was gonna help get me the help that I did. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Moms are fiercely protective of their babies.
Yes, and she needed to remind me who I was in that moment. And she needed to remind me the message that I delivered to others. And she said, Aspen, you should have known what to do in that situation. And I was like, Mom, I didn't know what to do. Like, being in that moment, it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell a trusted adult. Like, in that moment, I felt silenced. And in that moment, I knew that I was never going to feel like that ever again. And I knew that I was going to stand up for myself. I was going to preach the aloha that I tell others to preach. And I know that listening to God and the messages that He has for me, He knew that I was going to be able to handle this situation and be able to stand up for myself and to tell a trusted adult to help me in these types of situations.
Yes, I'm so glad that you and your mom have such a beautiful relationship,
Yes.
and that you've been able to take this story on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have spoken to thousands of Opio
Yes.
across Hawaii,
Yes.
even on the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder, is there a particular moment that was very memorable or impactful to you in any of these interactions with other students?
Yes. So I've traveled to almost all the islands. That was my main goal, to travel to all the islands. And my favorite was traveling to the island of Kauai. And I was able to meet up with Hi'ile Berg. She was the previous Miss Hawaii 6th grade. I went to her school because her school was very similar to my school, a Hawaiian language immersion school. And we spoke to the entire elementary. We did a presentation, an anti-bullying presentation to the entire elementary, 100% in the Hawaiian language. And my other favorite brave presentation was going to Oahu, and her name was Liliana. She was the previous, I think at the time she was in 1st grade, and I was basically being that mentor for her. I was doing my presentation. I made sure that she was included into every single activity, every single thing that I was doing. And the following year, she was able to do her own presentation on her own and actually take one of her littles, and she was able to mentor her little. So being able to have that impact on others, and now seeing them doing their own presentation, getting the anti-bullying message out there, was my ultimate goal. And I think that was one of my favorite moments that I've seen them grow as girls and also as people as well.
That's so beautiful, being able to share it in Olelo Hawaii, but then
Mm-hmm.
also how you can build capacity in other people. Now you've created positive ripple effects throughout community where folks
Yes.
can amplify the message.
And the one thing about going to a Hawaiian language immersion school is that we don't have any Hawaiian anti-bullying stories. And being able to translate them into for example, hands not for hitting, because they now have it in Hawaiian. At the time they didn't. And it was very difficult for me to have to translate every single word. Finding the general idea of the entire story was one of the hardest things that I needed to do, but I know that it was very impactful for the children that come from Hawaiian speaking families.
You know, you brought up Hands Are Not for Hitting. That is
Yes.
a book that the Zonta Club of Hilo takes to
Mhm.
different schools. I
Yes.
happen to be a proud Zanshin. And I know that you've collaborated with organizations like Zonta and Rotary and Exchange Club. What do these collaborations mean to you? What does it mean to partner with these groups so that they can help you with your campaign, but also you can be there to support their mission?
I love getting involved with different organizations because it gets the ultimate message out there. For example, my Don't Hush Up mentorship program. All of these organizations help me promote my platform, Don't Hush Up, Stand, Speak, and Be Brave. For example, the Noho Olu Safe House for Girls. I've worked with them for many years now. At first, I was going in once a week doing anti-bullying workshop with these girls. And from there, that's when I created my Don't Hush Up mentorship program, where 1 in 3 young people lack mentors. Mentorship programs help combat the root causes of bullying, and it also promotes inclusivity. And my ultimate focus is to focus on respect and values, to help these girls respect and value themselves, to enhance their self-esteem, their confidence, and to build a relationship with these girls in hopes to improve their communication skills, their behavior, and also their choice making as well.
I love your ability to identify a problem, but also very quickly mobilize resources and put forward a solution that helps people to take action for themselves, right?
Yes.
Because I think so often we might feel like, hey, we can't do this, but you've created a lot of spaces and opportunities for people to be a self-advocate and to get the help that they need. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've just turned 15, not too long ago.
Yes, I have.
What are some of the goals and visions that you have for your advocacy work going into the next year and even beyond?
So in January, I'll be competing for the International Junior Miss Junior Team title. And if crowned this, or if given this title, I would use this title to promote my platform and the anti-bullying message on an international level. I not only want to promote it here on the island, not only want to promote it in the States, but I also want to promote it on an international level, because I'm reaching more people on the international level, and creating that bond with my 5 new sister queens will be an amazing way on promoting my platform and the anti-bullying message on an international level.
I can't wait for you to be representing Hawaii Island on that international stage and
Thank
sharing
you.
this really powerful message of kindness. You are quite an accomplished young woman, and so I want to know if there's any piece of advice you could give to young people who are interested in starting a cause or advocating for an issue that's important to them. What would you say?
I would say get involved with as many organizations, as many platforms, as many classrooms, clubs, and don't ever forget that your word is just as important as every single person's on the table is. For me, when I first started my Don't Hush Up mentorship program, I got involved with the Exchange Club of Hilo because their morals and values were aligned with my platform's morals and values, which is child abuse and bullying. You want to find someone that you can automatically click with, someone that can help you promote on what you're most passionate about. So the one advice I would give is never give up and always be brave. Being brave is a choice. Being confident in who you are, stepping into a room, and being able to share your mana'o and being able to share on what you're most passionate about will help you internationally, nationally, and also here in the state as well.
Well said, sister.
Thank you.
Okay, so if somebody wants to get involved in your Don't Hush Up campaign or support you in all of your endeavors, do you have a website or social media handle that they can check out?
I don't have a website. I don't have a social media yet. I will be working with my management team. We are working right now on how to promote my platform on social media, because social media is a very powerful tool. Almost everybody that we know is on social media. So my family and I and my management team is working on a way that we can promote my Don't Hush Up mentorship program, my Don't Hush Up, Stand, Speak, and Be Brave platform on social media and also on websites as well.
Aspen, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us and
Thank
all
you
of the
for having
work
me.
that you are doing to just create safer and kinder communities. Keep standing strong. We are here to support you and we are so proud of you.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you.